Man, I am so glad I did not make a review on this watch sooner because when I first got it, it was a horrible experience. In fact, I was this close to returning it. So yes, you heard that right. When I first got the watch, it was so horrible. The battery was bad for some people. For some people it was good, ironically. For me, it was super bad. We're talking about I could get up at 6 in the morning and it would be dead by noon. So 6 hours later. That's some quick math for you. But thankfully, after updating the phone to 13.1.2 and then updating the watch to watchOS 6.0.1, that seemed to have solved the problem a lot because now it actually lasts about 2 days. So battery life is amazing and I'm super glad I waited to do this review because otherwise I would have probably convinced a ton of people not to get this watch. See, the main difference that sets apart the Series 4 to the Series 5, as we all know by now, is the always-on display. Apple is doing the always-on display much smarter than any other company. See, with other watches like the Samsung Galaxy Watch that I have here, whenever the always-on display activates, what it really does is it dims the screen and that's pretty much it. And some complications go away. And then if you look very closely, I'm not sure how well you guys will see this on camera, but anytime the watch goes into always on display and then goes back to the normal clock face, there's a little shift. Each time you do that, the shift goes around in clockwise amounts, so the screen doesn't get burned in pretty much. That doesn't happen with the Apple Watch. Anytime you twist and turn your wrist, the watch doesn't shift at all, it just stays in one place pretty much. And that's thanks to Apple's new display technology that they're using on the new Apple Watch Series 5. So pretty much whenever the watch goes into always on display mode, the screen refresh rate goes down to 1 Hz. In other words, that's 1 time per second. Meanwhile, watches like the Samsung Galaxy Watch with its always on display, that continues to function at 60 Hz or 60 times per second, or in other words, 60 FPS. Which is also why if you use the Galaxy Watch in always on display mode, the battery dies before your day is over. Meanwhile, on the Apple Watch, like I said, it lasts about 2 days with the always on display turned on. Do you guys want to know what else you need? Well, thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare, you'll find out. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes covering dozens of creative and entrepreneurial skills. Whether you want to fuel your curiosity, creativity, or even career, Skillshare is the perfect place to keep you learning and thriving. Maybe you want to start your own YouTube account, your Instagram account, or you want to do some simple marketing. With Skillshare, you can learn many different things ranging all the way from photography to video production or even marketing and lifestyle. As a creator that makes videos on YouTube, the course that I personally found great is film and video. The one I'm watching now from Maddie Brown is labeled Low Budget Filmmaking Tips and Tricks to Get an Indie Look. Another great one is Cinematography Basics, Understanding Filmmaking Style from Zach Mulligan. Skillshare will teach you from the very basics to the more advanced skills of video production. I get people asking me how to start a YouTube account, how to edit videos. Well, let me tell you, with Skillshare, you'll learn. Skillshare also offers a premium membership which offers unlimited access to classes and communities that are right for you. Skillshare, I'm glad to say, is extremely affordable. It only starts at less than $10 per month. And the great news isn't over yet, my friends. You thought it was, but it's not. Since Skillshare is sponsoring this video, you get 2 free months by just simply clicking the link in the description. Back to the video. Another great aspect of the Series 5, or really any Apple Watch that I'm a huge fan of, is gym tracking. Whatever you want to do, whether you want to do lat pull downs, you want to do rows, you want to do tricep extensions, you want to do indoor treadmill running, no matter what you do, the Apple Watch does a fantastic job and it's super accurate. And as funny as this may sound, the Apple Watch does also kind of help you motivate to get out there and just be more active. I always used to think it's a little stupid that a electronic piece of thing you're wearing on your wrist can actually do that. But it's kind of true. I mean, it does kind of help you get out there and move around. So good job, Apple. If you use the Apple Watch a lot for GPS tracking, well, you're gonna love the new compass feature. Now, yeah, a compass on a watch, who really cares, right? But the feature that it brings is actually being able to see which direction you're facing when using maps. So if you're walking down the street, you can actually see a blue little cone of where you're facing. Whereas before, all you saw was a blue dot. You could turn around, do a 360, that blue dot is just gonna stay where it's at because you don't know, or the watch doesn't know where you're facing exactly. Which is funny enough because back in February when I took a trip to Savannah, Georgia, I was trying to figure out where to go. I asked Siri, where the nearest, I think we were looking at McDonald's at the time. And she's like, oh yeah, just go here, go there. And then I was walking, and then like 5 minutes later, I realized I was walking the wrong direction because I couldn't see that blue cone when I was using the maps. So it's funny, it's stupid that it happened to me, but it did. And now I guess with the Series 5, that won't happen to me. So if it happened to you before, well, you know how I feel now. All in all, the Series 5 is kind of a very, very minor upgrade, but that's really all it needs. The Apple Watch is so far ahead of its competition that Apple can literally stop producing the Apple Watches for 2 years, 3 years, and they will still be ahead of the competition. I may prefer the way the Galaxy Watch looks like because I prefer traditional watches, or at least the way they look like. But in terms of technology, in terms of smoothness, interactivity, the Apple Watch definitely wins. So here's my final suggestion before I end this video. If you have the Series 4, stick with it. The Series 5 is everything that the Series 4 is, but better, but it still doesn't really warrant an upgrade, at least in my opinion. Now, if you have the Series 3 or earlier, or you don't even have an Apple Watch, yeah, I would say now is a pretty good time to pick one up and definitely go with the Series 5. You're gonna get the latest and the greatest, you're gonna get a bigger screen than you would with the 3, and you're gonna get a compass so you won't get lost like I did, which was really embarrassing. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little review of the Apple Watch Series 5. It's fantastic, man. It works, there's no bugs, it's nice and smooth, battery lasts 2 days, finally, after all those updates. Everything just seems to be working pretty damn good. This was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.